Alright, so this is a Darkflame Cleft route that I do pretty much at all levels now. You don't need to gather all the random laborers at the beginning there, they're not worth it. Since I have the option to, I CC one of these wick lighters and pull the other one over. That just means that there's only going to be one magic dot going out for the healer to worry about instead of two at the same time. Makes this pull significantly safer. The dots from those wick lighters are some of the scariest parts of these pulls. So then we are waiting until this first wick lighter is dead before we add the second one. And we'll speed this up at this point. I think I broke it slightly early, but it's not a big deal. And then we're just killing off the overseer. These mole herds are almost unmovable, so try and tank packs on top of the mole herds, just to make it easier for people. And you also generally want to tank these overseers somewhat close to these pillars, because people that are feeling generous can line of sight the shouts that they do, the overpowering roars. I played that, I don't know, I kind of line of sighted my healer a couple times there, which isn't great, but you'll be fine. So this next one, you tell people you're going the whole way through. Whether the big guy is there or not, I just go. If we get the big guy into this pull, so be it. If we don't, all the better. You can pick up any count you pick up or miss in the last section for whether you get the big guy or not. Then you just kill all that, and we go into this boss. You'll notice we lust this boss. We used to lust first pull, but you're only really getting 3 lusts in this instance anyways, so we've just switched to lusting the boss to get it over with. The luring candle flame can get pretty scary once you get to a little bit higher keys, so let's make sure we focus the cart. These laborers do have an aggro table, and if the luring candle flame is not up. Once the luring candle flame goes out, they all fixate, but if the luring candle flame is not out, you can tank them. There is so much cleave and stuff going on throughout, it can be kind of hard to pick them all up, but just do your best. Do we commit? I think we commit. Oh, no, we don't commit. We're cowards. We should have committed. So this next room, we have... You can skip a mini-boss in here without a warlock, but I generally don't fucking bother, because it's kind of a pain in the ass with a rock. But we have a warlock, so we're going to pull extra trash in this room so that we can skip the mini-boss before Candle King. These task workers kind of fuck you out. I don't know. I'm willing to bet like block tanks and stuff probably don't have as big of a problem with them, but they fucking hurt me. So just be aware. This pull can be a little spicy. We're gonna grab him, and we're gonna go grab the other pack in the back. If you are more coordinated, you can just CC this wick lighter and do both of these big candles at once, but we just weren't feeling... We had 2 pugs in this run, and we weren't feeling too aggressive. The timer here is super free as long as you don't wipe anywhere. So. I sent explosive keg there, but I regretted it immediately after because I should have saved it for the next gather. The gather in this room sucks. Generally, you're going to run around, grab all this stuff, Some DPS is almost guaranteed to pull aggro because they aren't letting you grab everything together, but is what it is. And then you move over to this candle, and then you can use this candle to line of sight the quenching blast, which is the scary part. So the explosive flames stack a debuff on you that increases the damage you take from fire damage abilities. So you have to, when you get a bunch of stacks of the explosive flames, if you don't have an AoE interrupt to stop them, you have to use, well, I guess we just man-moded it there, but you should use the candle to line of sight that quenching blast. Then I put marks out for the one candle we're going to put out, just so that people know. Yeah, this fight's pretty boring. As a tank especially, kind of just sitting here. The big thing to remember about it is he will start murdering your melee. He has a really short melee box, so make sure you stand pretty close to him or he will murder your melee players. So then everybody's going to move and only put out the candle. So then everybody's lighting again. And it just repeats. So then everybody just puts that candle out. And that's that fight. So here we just run all the way through. I don't know if this is necessarily faster or not, but whatever. It's just annoying to chase them all over, so we just line of sight them over here. Going into that room, you have to be careful. I screwed it up a bunch of times, but if you get to where that big candle is in the center too quickly, it'll stay alive. So just kind of run in there normally. Don't go leaping in there or throwing anything in there or whatever. Just run in. This boss is the hardest part of this whole instance, and it's mostly on your healer, but you kind of want to just try to position in a way that your group isn't getting totally cornered in. I think, to be honest, I think I probably have this guy too close to the wall right now, and I should have him slightly more to the center, just so that people can have more room to maneuver. Our paladin makes a pretty heads-up play there and gets one of the ones in the candle. And now see, I moved him out to the edge so that he could get a line of sight to pickaxe that one. When there's one kind of off in Narnia that's just all alone, try and get the boss positioned in a way that you can pickaxe ones that are in Narnia. As long as you keep the candles down to less than 1 million, or less than, well, I would say less than 6. Like, technically you should never have more than 5, but 6 you can probably survive. It starts to become super overwhelming for your healer above that. Going through here, I generally try and do this in just 2 pulls, but this can be hectic. You can absolutely just stay with the cart if you want. Just, I don't know, there's always stuff all over the place in this area. The trick, if you want to run ahead, is you hold on to a candle, and then you can just stay ahead. But as soon as your candle fades like that, you're in trouble. So always have a plan to get a new candle when you need it. There, it faded because I lost it, but there's a candlelight debuff that will show how much time you have left. If you're just holding a candle, it's a 30-second debuff, and when it times out, you lose your candle. See, there it is right now, is a 30-second debuff. One of the benefits of holding a candle to take them out is these creepers become more enraged depending on how many corpses are around them. So if you're trying to tank him just inside the little cart circle, you can really end up getting pinned in with a bunch of corpses around you. And that can be a genuine pain in the ass to deal with. And you see, right here, I kind of got sick of being pinned in there, so I just ran to the end. Then I think I lost aggro on that horror. If you're DPSing here and the tank is running ahead, and the horrors will always run to the cart first to try and cast their thing, but you just kick it and then it'll run directly back to the tank. You don't have to DPS them at all. They'll just run back to the tank as long as they've been kicked. So this is where we're going to pick up all the rest of our count. The two that are sleeping, you'll see the nameplates with two different colors there. The two that are sleeping in the corners don't stack the dot on you. So you can pull those a lot more safely. Generally I like to try and pull 4 of these at once, but DPS was kind of just going ham as I started to pull, so I had to go slower. Yeah, see these sleepers. These guys don't stack the dot on you in their auto attacks. So there's just 2 left, so we're going to go boss. You do not have to pull these into boss, but the boss doesn't really do a whole lot of tank damage, so you definitely can. Just don't let them be on your back as you do them. For this boss, whoever gets the circle should always grab a candle, and then you'll just need someone to grab a candle when he does his big thing. That's all the candles that need to be grabbed, generally, if everybody's doing things correctly. This is another boss that you just kind of cycle through. Try to make half an effort to keep the main candle near the side candles, but it's whatever. There you go, Darkflame Cleft. And that's, like I said, that's pretty much the route I would use for any level. The only adjustment I would make is if you don't have a Warlock with you, just don't pull the extra trash in the back after the first boss, and just kill the mini-boss. Like I said, you can do that little jump to get up there, but it's a pain in the ass. Just don't bother for the most part, unless you're in an organized group.